Okay, people, I got a rather unusual request the other day. Somebody asked me to make a video about thrift stores and the current state and of such. And since that's a subject that strikes a nerve with me, I said, why not? So I'll just make a video with me ranting about thrift stores and the current way they do things. Now, before I do that, I'll give you a little background. Back in the late 80s, 90s, even up into the early 2000s, I could go in just about any thrift store, antique store, flea market, yard sale, estate sale, etc., and buy any kind of vintage electronic equipment for reasonable prices, and the people acting like they appreciated your business. For example, I could buy a console stereo like this for say 10, 15 bucks, maybe 20 or 25 for the really nice ones, or a child's record player like that for 5 bucks or less, or 70s stereo equipment for anywhere from $5 to $20, and you run-of-the-mill plastic AM radios from the 50s and 60s I could usually pick up for a few bucks. And the solid-state table radios and clock radios from the 60s, 70s, and early 80s, most of those were a couple of dollars. Some of them were even under $1. And people were glad to sell the stuff. They just, they were willing to make deals, and, it was a good time for buying stuff like that. Now, fast forward to the 21st century, especially the last few years, and it seems like thrift stores are getting more like boutiques and retail stores like Walmart and such. They really do need to take the word thrift or bargain out of their store description, because very few such stores have bargains anymore. Now, mind you, most of these thrift stores are charity stores, not-for-profit stores, and most of the merchandise they receive is donated to them, which means whatever they sell it for, they're making 100% profit off of it, but they don't see it that way. Nowadays, you go in a thrift store and see a console stereo like this. They might want anywhere between $100 and $300, maybe more than that for it. And they get real PO'd when you try to bring it to their attention that it's grossly overpriced. Oh, well, we're a charity. You should be happy to pay that price. This money is going to support blah, 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 blah. Well, frankly, I don't care if they're going out and buying crack cocaine with it. I'm there because I'm looking for a good deal, and if it's not priced accordingly, then I'm not going to buy it. I don't care what charity it supports. Another few more examples I can give you is the Starvation Army here. As far as newer electronics, newer throwaway electronics, they seem to want premium prices for that stuff, like anywhere from $20 to $40 for DVD players and VCRs that you can go to Walmart and buy brand new for the same amount of money. The stuff they're selling most likely doesn't even work, and there's certainly no remote control to be found with any of it. So, how stupid would somebody be to pay that kind of price for junk at the thrift store when you can go to Walmart and get the same item brand new in the box with a warranty and in working condition? I almost busted out laughing a while back. I was in the Starvation Army, and they had an old-fashioned rear projection TV, probably from the 90s. You've seen them. They're the ones that look real fuzzy and take about 4 football players to move, and they wanted $500 for this thing. Come on, for $500 I could go buy a flat screen TV that would have a lot better picture and could be moved by myself. or no more than 2 people. And another thing that gets me about thrift stores is it seems like the stuff that ought to be thrown away, they put out on the shelf, and a lot of the vintage stuff, they'll just throw it in the dumpster and not even offer to sell it to anybody, which is really stupid. I know one time I tried to get the Starvation Army to save any vintage television sets that come in, and I made it quite clear that I would buy such items. I didn't expect them to give them to me, and the manager was a real smart butt, and she told me that, you know, they didn't have time to do that. If any TV comes in that's really old or doesn't work, it automatically goes in the dumpster. We don't have time to save it. And I said, well, that's your business, but, you know, I'm willing to give you a little cash for the stuff. You're not going to get any cash from the dumpster, but that didn't make any sense to her. So, you know, what can you do, you know? I've also heard the manager of the local Starvation Army will actually throw something in the dumpster instead of selling it for less than what she thinks it's worth. If it sits there 2 months and she can't get out of it what she thinks it's worth, she won't lower the price. She'll throw it in the dumpster. No, that's just stupid. If it's not moving, lower the price until it moves. And if somebody comes in and makes you a counter offer on something for sale, don't be a smart butt and tell them that, well, the price is marked, take it or leave it. If you got $90 on something and somebody comes in and offers you $75 for it, then you'd be better off to let them have it. I mean, come on, you're not selling new merchandise here. You're selling used crap that was given to you. So, you know, let the stuff go for whatever you can get for it and be done with it. Another thing that irritates me is how they're always throwing up eBay prices for what something ought to be worth. You know, you'll go in and inquire about something, and they'll say, oh, well, one just like it just sold on eBay for $400. Well, guess what, people? You're not selling it on eBay here. You're selling it in small-town Mississippi. People are not going to pay you eBay prices for stuff. They're coming into your establishment because they want a good deal. If we had plenty of money and was willing to pay eBay prices, you know, we'd get on eBay and buy the stuff. So if you expect to get eBay prices for stuff, close your store down and sell the crap on eBay. I mean, and another thing that the Starvation Army started doing that really ticks me off is they raised the price of their LP record albums from 50 cents to $1.50. And they've started sealing the jackets shut with clear packing tape so you can't pull the record out and examine it. And once again, I'm not paying $1.50 for something that I can't examine. But I've already determined that these people working at these kind of stores are often not the brightest bulb in the pack, so go figure. So we're running out of time here, and I'll give you a look at my embarrassingly cluttered up workshop, but around here, thrift stores are really not even worth going into anymore. What they've got is crap. The few times they have anything out that I would remotely be interested in, they want a premium price for it. The hired help act like a bunch of smart alecks that act like they don't care if you buy anything from them or not. So it's just best that I stay out of there. Okay, we're out of time. Thanks for watching, and I'll try to do something better later.